keeps on asking me what the difference is between he, they, and they, he, so we're gonna talk about it. And I'm glad you asked. Preference! Some days I feel more non-binary and more like a soul than I do masculine. And on days that I'm feeling like that, I prefer the pronoun they more than he. But there are some days that I just feel super masculine. Like on the day I got my tattoo a couple months ago, I literally could feel the masculinity coursing through my veins. And on days that I'm feeling like that, I prefer he over they. Oh yeah! He and they are my favorite pronouns, and what I prefer depends on how I'm feeling that day. Hey.
What is wrong with you?
Now, if I remember correctly from what I heard a while ago, that young lady we just heard from in the first clip with the chin whiskers, who used to be a school teacher, is like 30 years old. I mean, I know I'm immature and have a very childish sense of humor, but that takes it to a whole nother level. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a very quick and fairly crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have very little time to waste, so let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So here we have a post from a subreddit called Trans Women Society. Now, this individual, who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a lesbian, posted this photo. The caption says, "It's been 1 year for me being on HRT, or hormone replacement therapy, and single, and I'm a lesbian from Ontario, Canada. No man." What?
Look at this fucking guy.
So there are a lot of crazy things going on around the country right now. One of them being these mass protests against Elon Musk and Tesla, which are ridiculous in my opinion, and they're not organic. So we're going to keep it moving with this clip of Hollywood actor John Cusack speaking out against Musk and Tesla. And as you're listening to this, keep in mind, he's worth $50 million. Roll it.
Down and the stock down. And because of the example it will set, nothing's going to, we are in an oligarchic country that's fascist and becoming more fascist every day. And that means people are going to, and it's going to get as ugly as we can think. And the only way to stop that is if the people who have the money are afraid of us, the 99%. And, it's the people who own the society, the owners, those people, we have to make them really afraid. And what's happening now with Musk is making them very afraid. And that's a good thing.
Go f yourself. Go f yourself. Is that clear?
And next up, we have DEI Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett saying basically the same thing. And yes, you heard me correctly. This is a United States politician. Roll it.
So I'll make sure that I keep it short, but I am truly here for very selfish reasons. Starting with on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes. Listen, I have learned as I serve on the Doge Oversight Committee that there is only one language that the people that are in charge understand right now. And that language is money.
She was nasty. Ooh.
And next up, we're going to take a quick look at the bullet we dodged in this last election by not electing Carmelo Harris and Tim Walz. Here we have a clip of Tim Walz on Gavin Newsom's new podcast saying that he could kick most of their ass. And by they, he's talking about people on the right. Roll it.
How do you fight it?
This
I
notion
think
of
I could kick most of their ass. I do that if they wanted to. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
What the hell did you just say?
I think I could kick most of their ass. I do that.
Come on, man! Don't let your mouth write a check your butt can't cash.
Now, before we check out the latest clip that's been floating around of Carmelo Harris, Let's hear what Tampon Tim Walsh's daughter Hope has to say about her dad putting tampons in all the boys' restrooms in the public schools in Minnesota. Roll it.
This moral high ground that certain people have, and this like talk about protecting the children and keeping tampons out of boys' bathrooms, which tells me they didn't even read the bill, but that's a whole nother thing. Also, if you have a wife or like a daughter above the age of like 12, 13, ages vary, you share a bathroom, you probably also have tampons in your bathroom. And the fact that they scare you and you're so obsessed with it is fucking weird.
Shut your dirty little mouth!
And next up, we have this clip of Carmelo Harris that I don't think I've seen yet. And it shows us just how bad things could have gotten had that election back in November went the other way. Roll it.
Having done the work I've done, it is our undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit crime. So let's get our notions together about what we're talking about.
What's that? Say that again.
It is our undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit crime.
Yeah, that's not funny.
Next up, we have this fellow who has a question for MAGA. Now, listen to who he thinks are going to be the presidential candidates in 2028 from the Democratic Party. Now, I don't know why these people put the music in the background. They could at least turn it down a little bit. It's kind of annoying. Roll it.
Here's a quick question for MAGA. Who do you think is going to be the 2028 Republican nominee for president? Republicans haven't been talking about it at all. Meanwhile, Democrats are like, all right, let's move on. Here's who we think should be nominated. And there's like Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, Tim Walz. We have a long list. Who's on your list? Just give me a list. It doesn't have to be one specific person, but if Trump is on there, you all to hell. You're a traitor to this country and you should probably leave.
Can you repeat the part of this stuff where you said all about the things? The things?
Here's who we think should be nominated. And there's like Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, Tim Walz.
Where do you get these idiots, huh? Where do you get them?
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Now, I'm not quite for sure exactly what we're looking at here. She may have had an audition to play the part of an Oompa Loompa in the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or may have spent too much time in a tanning bed. I don't know. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by none other than Pastor Bob Rogers. Pastor Bob, thank you so much, sir, for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the support. And I want to give a big shout out to today's honorable mentions, Rhiannon Walsh and Benjamin Orlak, for each leaving a super thanks on the last video. So Rhiannon and Benjamin, thank you both so much. I really appreciate it. So once again, today's video sponsor is Pastor Bob Rogers, with the honorable mentions going to Rhiannon Walsh and Benjamin Orlak. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. But I think we've all seen enough of this for one day. Get this off the screen, please. Oof.
You look ridiculous.
So this individual, who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman, says he had to block the word dude in his comments because people were using it to misgender him. Roll it.
So if you've been watching any of my stuff, you've probably seen that some of my videos have been getting a lot of traction in the right-wing snowflake sphere, and I am getting a lot of hostile comments, and so, you know, like, eventually I get tired of messing with them, and I've started like using the word block feature, and you know, blocking all of the things you would expect. You don't need me to say. But there's one word I've had to block, and I am salty about it. I am solidly Gen X, and I had to block the word dude. Because, I as a proud Gen Xer, I have always considered dude to be Gen X gender neutral. Dude? And so, but people have been using it to pointedly to misgender me, which sucks because there's not many of us left who are like, nah, dude is fine. But they're like, you're a dude. And I'm like, fuck, make me block that? Make me, dude, serious, dude.
Shut up, dude.
And next up, we have this future Starbucks barista telling this street interviewer about all the useless classes she took in college. Roll it.
I'm the Scout. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm an interdisciplinary major at UBC. I'm in my last semester. My primary thematic focus is decolonizing academia and public knowledge systems, and my secondary thematic focus is biocultural and linguistic futurity.
For those who don't know what that means, can you give us a quick rundown?
Yeah, basically what I focus on is the promises that the institution has made and also the emergence of indigenous ways of knowing and being across the disciplines, and I feature in a lot of stuff like language revitalization, or the emergent vitality of languages, rather, and just kind of a bunch of stuff. I've taken courses in over 20 departments, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What does any of that mean? Honestly, we don't know.
All right, we're going to be wrapping it up with yet another clip from the Cackling Hens on The View. However, this time it will be their guest, Hollywood actress Ellen Pompeo, doing the talking. And what she says at the end here, she's obviously talking about President Trump. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys. So please, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
And I hope they look at themselves and ask themselves, we all should ask ourselves, why do we look at something and at face value make a judgment about it? I think we do that as human beings, and I think we all need a lot more empathy right now, and so I hope we take that away. I mean, why are old white men the only ones who are allowed to be felons? No one else can stay in this country if they're a felon, but somehow if you're...
And he's not even that white. Have you seen the amount of makeup he's wearing?
Good point.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
Why are old white men the only ones who are allowed to be felons?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question.
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on them. It's black. Anyway.